AITA for not wanting to share my car with my sister when I pay for everything. My 18M, Dad got a new car recently, and instead of selling his old one, he decided to keep it as a spare for me to drive. Sounds generous, right? But there's a huge catch. I have to pay for everything. Petrol, insurance, maintenance, services, registration, all of it. And I don't have full freedom to use it either. Even though I cover all the costs, I'm still expected to ask permission every time I want to go anywhere. If my dad doesn't like where I'm going, or thinks I should stay home to help with chores or run errands he usually does, then the answer is no. It doesn't matter if I have plans, work, or just want to go out, he gets the final say. Now here's where it gets messy. My younger sister just turned 16 and is finally old enough to learn to drive. She doesn't have a car, and of course, she asked my dad if she could use the spare too. Without even talking to me, he told her that we would share it. I wasn't thrilled, but I get it, it's not technically my car. But I told her we needed to talk about expenses, since I already pay for everything. I asked if she wanted to split fuel and insurance. She looked at me like I'd grown a second head and said she can't afford to pay for any of it. When I brought it up with my dad, he basically said, well, you're already paying for it, so what's the big deal? I told him I'd honestly rather not use the car at all and start saving up for my own than keep funding something I don't even have real access to and now would have to share without any say. I asked if, since I pay, I would at least get priority use. Nope. We have to work it out amongst ourselves, and knowing my sister, she'll want it constantly, and if I say no, it'll become a whole fight. My dad will definitely take her side to keep the peace. I also asked if I could just go out to see friends when I want without being interrogated. Again, no. He'll decide if I can go based on whether I've helped enough around the house or if he thinks school should take priority. So now my sister's mad that I don't want to share. My dad's mad because he doesn't want to pay for the car. And now my mum's been dragged into it now because everyone's annoyed. But I'm just sitting here wondering, am I the a-hole for not wanting to pay for a car that I'll be forced to share with someone who won't contribute, and for which I don't even have real control? Because from where I'm standing, it feels like I'm getting the worst deal out of everyone. Edit. Thanks for all the responses. I didn't expect this to blow up. For those asking, yes, I'm actively trying to save for my own car, but it's slow going with school and work. I really appreciate the support and validation though. Update. AITA for not wanting to share my car with my sister when I pay for everything. Hey again, Reddit. I wasn't expecting my original post to get so much attention, so thank you to everyone who weighed in. A lot has happened since then, and I wanted to give you all an update. So after the big argument, my dad did not take kindly to me saying I'd rather go without a car than keep funding one I don't control. He said I was being dramatic and selfish for not wanting to help my sister out. I calmly pointed out that he could help her out, you know, as her parent, but that didn't go over well. My sister was sulking around the house for days, acting like I'd stolen something from her. She even made a schedule for the car without asking me, listing the days she'd be using it for driving practice, running errands, seeing her friends, etc. There was literally one day left blank which she generously said I could have, as long as she didn't need it. I laughed out loud. She didn't. Then my dad sat me down and told me I needed to grow up and stop being possessive over the car. I asked him if he expected any other adult to foot the entire bill for a vehicle they don't control and have to share with someone who pays nothing. He said, "It's different. You're family." So I told him flat out I'm done. I'll finish the month since I just paid for the next round of insurance, but after that, the car can sit in the driveway collecting dust for all I care. I'm not paying for something that's become a free-for-all with strings attached. I've started walking, carpooling with friends, and putting that money into savings instead. Well, that didn't go over well either. My dad called me ungrateful. My sister cried to my mum that I was being spiteful and trying to punish her. My mum actually took my side and said if neither of them wanted to take financial responsibility for the car, then they had no right to expect me to. Small win. Here's the kicker, the car is now just sitting there. My dad doesn't want to pay the running costs, and my sister still doesn't have a job, so nobody's driving it. At all. I guess they thought I was bluffing. Anyway, I'm focusing on saving up for a car of my own. It might take a while, but at least I'll know it's mine, and I can actually drive it without needing a permission slip. Thanks again to everyone who gave advice or even just supported me in the comments. You helped me realize I'm not crazy for wanting basic autonomy. Update 2. AITA for not wanting to share my car with my sister when I pay for everything. Hey Reddit, back again with an update I wish was fake. Spoiler, things went completely off the rails. If you read my last update, you know the car has been sitting unused because I stopped paying for it, and neither my dad nor my sister wanted to take over the costs. It was kind of satisfying watching it gather dust while I started saving for my own ride. But of course, that peace didn't last long. A couple weeks ago, I came home and noticed the car was gone from the driveway. At first, I assumed my dad had finally caved and paid for a service run. Nope. Turns out my sister took it without telling anyone. She found the spare key my dad had hidden and decided to take it for a joyride to her friend's party. She didn't have L plates up, she wasn't supervised, and the Rego was expired. Guess what happened? She got pulled over and the car got impounded. She got a fine. My dad got a call. And I got blamed. I wish I were kidding. According to my dad, I should have told him the registration had lapsed. I reminded him again that I hadn't been using the car for a month and had clearly stated I was no longer paying for anything related to it. He said I was being irresponsible for letting it sit there knowing it wasn't road legal, as if I was supposed to pay hundreds to maintain a vehicle I wasn't allowed to touch. Then my sister doubled down and accused me of setting her up to fail. She actually said that I should have warned her about the Rego. I told her maybe if she hadn't stolen the car in the first place, she wouldn't be in this mess. Now my dad's out several $100s in towing, fines, and impound fees. He was livid, not just at my sister, but at me, for turning this into a war. My mum, bless her, finally snapped and told them both they were acting entitled, and that I'd been more responsible than either of them this whole time. Cue another argument. I left and spent the night at my friend's place again. The car is now back. Still not road legal. Still unused. Still not my problem. My sister's grounded, though she's still sulking like I ruined her life. She asked me if I'd reconsider paying for it again since she's learned her lesson. I laughed so hard I actually cried. Moral of the story: if you're going to treat someone like a walking ATM, don't be shocked when they finally cut the card. I'm still saving up for my own car. I test drove one last weekend that I might be able to afford in a few months. And the best part? No one else will have the keys. Update 3. AITA for not wanting to share my car with my sister when I pay for everything. Hey Reddit, it's been a few months, and a lot has happened. I wasn't going to post again, but enough people messaged asking for an update, and honestly this one deserves to be documented for the sheer absurdity of it. So after months of saving, working extra shifts, and borrowing rides from my ever-patient friends, I finally did it. I bought my own car. Nothing flashy, just a reliable little second-hand hatchback that runs like a dream. And best of all, it's mine. Fully paid for, insured under my name, with my name on the title. No more spares. No more begging for permission. When I brought it home, my sister's reaction was predictable. She tried to act indifferent, but then immediately made passive-aggressive comments like, "Oh, you finally got your little grandma car." And don't expect it to last long, second-hand cars always break down. I ignored her. My parents were mostly quiet about it, though my mum did pull me aside and say she was proud of me. My dad, let's just say he wasn't thrilled that I'd gone off on my own like that instead of making the family system work, whatever that means. Fast forward 2 weeks. One night, I came home from work late, exhausted, tossed my keys on the kitchen counter, and went straight to shower. Rookie mistake. When I came back down the keys were gone. So was the car. You already know who. Yep. My sister took my car, the one she openly mocked, without asking. Without a full license. And without even taking her phone with her, so I couldn't track or call her. I was furious. I told my parents, and my mum looked horrified. My dad muttered something about how she just wanted to test it out. An hour later, we got a call. She'd crashed it. She was fine physically, just some minor bruises, but the car was not. She misjudged a turn, overcorrected, and slammed into a roadside barrier. The front end was crumpled. Airbags deployed. My car, the one I'd worked so hard to afford, was now totaled. Gone. Just like that. And the cherry on top. Because she had no license, no permission, no insurance, and literally stole the car, the insurance company won't cover anything. Not a cent. My dad tried to tell me it was just a mistake and we all do dumb things as teens. I told him I hoped he enjoyed paying for her future mistakes, because I'm done. I moved out the next week. I'd been saving up for that too, just in case. Turns out just in case happens faster than you think. My sister tried to apologize. Sort of. Her version of sorry was, "I didn't think you'd freak out this much. It's not like you bought a Lambo." Cool. I'll keep that in mind when I never speak to her again. So I'm now without a car again, but living on my own, working full-time, and saving up for something better, this time with my keys literally locked in a safe. And no, she will never touch another vehicle I own again. Not even a scooter. Thanks for coming along on this cursed ride. Update 4. AITA for not wanting to share my car with my sister when I paid for everything. Hey Reddit. Back again, and this time, it's not just a family mess. It's legal. So, if you read my last update, you know my sister stole my car, crashed it, and destroyed everything I'd worked months to afford. She didn't have a license, didn't have permission, and I lost everything with zero insurance payout. After the dust settled, and by that I mean me moving out and going full no contact for a bit, I took the advice many of you gave in the comments and I filed a police report. Yep. I reported the car as stolen. Now, I won't lie, I hesitated. It felt extreme. But I kept thinking that if anyone else had taken the car without permission and wrecked it, I wouldn't hesitate for a second. So why should family be an exception? I went down to the station, gave a full statement, showed them proof of ownership, photos of the car before and after, my insurance denial letter, and text showing she took the car without asking. The officer didn't even flinch. He asked if I wanted to press charges. I said I wanted a formal report and investigation at the very least. A week later, my sister was formally questioned. Here's where it gets interesting. While the crash itself was bad, what really screwed her was her record. Turns out, when she took the old spare car months ago, the one that got impounded, she already had a warning on file for driving unlicensed. That incident had been chalked up as juvenile first offense. But this time, second offense. Property damage. Driving unlicensed. Unauthorized use of a vehicle. She's 17 and this time, the police weren't playing nice. She was officially charged with unauthorized use of a motor vehicle and driving without a license, with a possibility of community service, license suspension before she even gets one, and a fine for the damage caused to public property in the crash. She's not going to jail or anything, this isn't law and order, but the charges are real and on her record. My parents. Absolutely losing it. My dad blew up at me, said I was ruining her life over a car. I told him she ruined mine the second she stole my property and wrecked it. My mum, surprisingly, backed me again. She said maybe this was the wake-up call my sister needed. My sister hasn't spoken to me since. But her friends, the same ones she tried to impress with the car, are now all very aware that she has a record, no license, and is grounded indefinitely. As for me, I'm still saving for a new car, living independently, and sleeping very well at night. The report also helps with a small insurance claim I'm trying to appeal. We'll see. Lesson learned, family or not, if someone disrespects your boundaries, your property, your effort, and shows no remorse, you're 100% allowed to protect yourself. Even if it means calling the cops on your own sister. Thanks again to Reddit for giving me the clarity and courage to take action. You were right. Being the bigger person doesn't mean being a doormat. I don't think I'll post again, but if I do, hopefully it's to show off my new car, bought with zero drama and zero shared keys. Drive safe out there, folks. Final update, AITA for not wanting to share my car with my sister when I pay for everything. Hey Reddit. I genuinely cannot believe I'm typing this, but here we are. If you followed the ongoing disaster that is my family, here's a quick recap. Dad gave me the spare car but made me pay for everything. Sister turned 16, wanted to share the car, but refused to pay a cent. I bought my own car, she mocked it, then stole it, and crashed it. I filed a police report, and she now has a record and now my parents are getting divorced. No, seriously. It started slowly. Tension between them had been building ever since the whole car fiasco. My mum actually tried to parent my sister after the crash, grounding her, insisting she get a job, and even supported me when I filed the police report. My dad, on the other hand, completely lost it, calling my mum cold, unsupportive, and claiming she chose one kid over the other. It got worse when my sister was officially charged. My dad blamed everyone but her. The legal system, me, even my mum. At one point, he actually said, "She's just a kid. We all did stupid things. You're acting like she's a criminal." To which my mum responded, some things along the lines of she is now. And maybe if we'd actually taught her actions have consequences, we wouldn't be here. Cue explosion. What I didn't expect. My dad filing for divorce. Apparently, He told a relative that my mum's betrayal of her child was unforgivable and that a mother should never side with law enforcement over her own daughter. I wish I was joking. He literally filed because my mum refused to coddle my sister and agreed with me, his other child, that stealing a car and crashing it wasn't just teen rebellion. So yeah, that's happening. My mum sat me down and explained everything. I was honestly feeling a bit like this was my fault and my actions with the car led to this, but apparently that's not the case. She told me she's honestly relieved that the marriage had been slowly cracking for years, and this just split it open. She's done enabling, done smoothing things over, done letting my dad play good cop while she had to be the bad guy. She even thanked me for standing my ground, because she realized she hadn't done that herself in a long time. My dad, still playing martyr, still defending my sister like she's an innocent Disney princess being bullied by the evil stepfamily, me and mum, apparently. Still insisting none of this would have happened if I hadn't involved the police. My sister, mostly sulking, now splitting time between households, furious that mum has turned against her. Word is she's not even allowed to take driving lessons for another year due to the charges, and she's still grounded at mum's place. Not sure what it's like at dad's, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's letting her drive his car behind closed doors. Wouldn't be the first time. As for me, I'm still living independently, rebuilding my savings, and looking at another used car with some help from my amazing friends and a supportive as hell Reddit community. I've gone no contact with my dad and sister for now, maybe forever, depending on how this all pans out. My relationship with my mum, surprisingly, has gotten better. Healthier. More honest. Moral of the story: letting one kid get away with everything doesn't just screw over the other sibling, it breaks families. And enabling bad behavior isn't love. It's cowardice dressed up as support. Thanks again for sticking with me through this wild ride. I honestly never thought a shared car would be the match that lit the family powder keg, but here we are. Thanks, OP.